I'm going to introduce a very special little boy to you today, and a very special book written by a special little boy. The Happening. It's a sci-fi horror, and the first sci-fi horror written by a 10-year-old named Britain's youngest child to write a sci-fi horror. So what inspired a young boy of the age of 10 to write a sci-fi horror? Let me begin. About the author. Richie is now 10 years of age and is very special to many children and adults. He was named the #1 Bollywood model by the media, and he runs one of the biggest children's charities in Kent for terminally ill children and special needs children. The charity is called Free Spirit, which he started to support at the age of 3 as the face and funding. It can be found under the name of Richie Productions in Google. Now, let me tell you a little bit more about Richie. Richie stopped talking when he was 2 after witnessing the violent rape of his mother. It was then said by the authorities that he would never talk again, and he suffered from sleepwalking and terrible nightmares for many years whilst being under special care for his speech. He would draw lots and lots of pictures all the time of people, animals and spaceships in all forms, and he would just wander off into space to a world which was his own. A world of fantasy. Why? You may wonder, why a world of fantasy? Well, it was a world of fantasy to blanket his pain and suffering. He then began to write and write, and his writing became more and more intense. His speech started to return, and his confidence grew from strength to strength. And then his maths, just like a little professor. Then one day he said, "Mum, I've wrote a sci-fi horror book." And you know what? The story began of a little boy who was once told that he would never speak again. A special little boy called Richie Benjamin Smartt, as he takes you through a journey that can only have been created by a genius.